guys, it's Allie and I am back today with a exciting new video for you guys. This video is going to be about the basics of how to start getting collaborations, start working with brands, and how to start doing social media marketing. I have been doing collaborations and social media marketing for over 3 years now. That seems like so long. I've worked with tons of amazing companies, some big companies like Miss Me Jeans, Hollister, Goodwill, and then tons of other small businesses. So I started out doing collaborations when my Instagram account was very small at like just a couple thousand followers. So I know all the ins and outs of how to grow your account, how to reach out to brands. Also, a side note, I just recently started my own clothing brand. It's shopallisonpearl. So now I have my own brand that I work with influencers with. So I have both sides of the collaboration experience. So before I get into all the info, I first want to talk about the collab I'm doing with this video. So it is sponsored by Luisa, and it's a sustainable jewelry company. I'm wearing their necklace right now and a set of their rings. I'm going to show you up close in a second. So this necklace is originally $75 and the rings are $59. It's like a set of 3, and it's a set of these 3 little chain rings. The middle one has the little flower on it that matches my necklace. You guys, they're so beautiful, such great quality. The necklace has 3 little rings, so it's adjustable. You can make it a shorter chain, you can make it a longer chain. But right now they're having a sale. It's a Valentine's Day sale. It's 15% off everything on their site, and these would be perfect gifts for someone for Valentine's Day. So if you happen to be a guy watching, these would be perfect gifts for your girlfriend, or if you're a girl watching, perfect gifts for someone like your mom or your best friend. If you're in the US, if you order by February 2nd, you are guaranteed to have your product to you before Valentine's Day. So if you are buying a gift, make sure you order it by February 2nd. Their prices range from $39 to higher end pieces, and that's without the discount. It is a sustainable brand. I'm going to show you their packaging, and it came in these cute little bags that you can use to travel with, and also it came in this packaging that is made from 100% recycled paper. And there's also a little note in here that says please continue the cycle with a smiley face. So I love that they are reminding their customers to recycle their packaging. I chose the flower set because I've been totally into the mod flower, so I thought these would match perfect with the stuff I've been wearing recently. So make sure you go check out their website. There's going to be a link in the description box. Make sure you use my link. It's a clickable link. Click on it so they know you came from me. And don't forget, they're running their Valentine's Day sale, so make sure you go click that link after you watch this video and get you some super cute jewelry or get some super great gifts. Okay, so now I'm gonna start talking to you guys about collabs. So there was like a little glance at something you could maybe do in the future. If you follow the steps in this video, you could start getting little collaborations like this jewelry collab that I just did. But before we talk about how to get a collab, let's first talk about what a collab is. This is something I've noticed a lot of people in my DMs have the term collab, ambassador, and modeling all mixed up. And it is definitely a red flag if you're using the terms incorrectly. So collaboration, in my own terms, is when a brand or a company works with an influencer or creator and they work together to exchange goods and services. So you are working together and giving each other something of equal value. So that's also the key here, is equal value. So the brand and you as a creator should be benefiting from each other equally. The brand is getting advertising or, you know, promotion or content to use, photos, and you are getting free products or maybe payment, but we're not talking about payment in this video. So for it to be equal, you as an influencer should never pay for the item. You shouldn't pay for the item, you shouldn't pay shipping, you should not pay anything. That's like a really good guideline. If a brand is like trying to get money out of you, move on. It is not a collab. So then we have an ambassador program. So ambassador program, this term is kind of weird because ambassador programs are a thing, but they've really just turned into big scams that these like terribly scammy companies are using. And you definitely do not want to do any kind of ambassador program that is reaching out to you using bot comments or automated messages. Those are not even ambassador programs. Those are just scams to get people to purchase their products. So basically they send you a coupon so you think you're getting a discount, but really they've marked the product up so much you're still buying at full price, but they've tricked you into purchasing from them, if that makes sense. And then next we have modeling. So when you're modeling for the brand, for a photographer. They're taking pictures of you and the items. Models do not get to keep the product. You are just modeling. Your body is being used to display the clothes, to be photographed, and then that's it. If you're asking about modeling, I'm gonna assume you want to actually model, and to model, you don't get clothes sent in the mail, you don't get to do your own photos. You don't get to pick your own photographer. That's not modeling. So those are the 3 terms, and that's how they're all different. Hopefully that makes sense and kind of clears that up. Now we're gonna go over what your account should look like to be ready to start reaching out to brands. So the number one thing is your account cannot be on private. It has to be a public account, or brands aren't gonna give you the time of day. You're never gonna get a collab because brands can't see your work, and also if you're private, brands know no one else is gonna see that content that you make. So the next thing you need to think about is posts. If you have 0 posts, you're wasting your time reaching out to brands, because why would anyone want to send you something to do a post in if you clearly don't post? You have to start actually doing the work before you will get work. So you should really have 100 or more posts up. So then the next couple things I look at kind of all go hand in hand, and they're kind of all equally important. Do you have a cohesive and aesthetic feed? Do you have good quality photos? How many followers do you have? And do you have good engagement? Each one of these topics could be like a whole video in itself, but I'm just kind of gonna go over each one like really quickly. Have a cohesive feed. You probably should be using a Lightroom preset. I have Lightroom presets for sale up on my store, so if you guys are interested in checking those out, you can look. The one that I use on my personal account and on my store account are both up for sale, so you know, if you like my feed, you can get the same exact aesthetic. There's a lot of things that go into this. You have to think about color, the way your photos face. The next thing is followers, which probably doesn't matter as much as you think it does. So as a brand, I've worked with influencers as small as 2,000 followers, and I've also worked with influencers as big as over 50,000 followers. So that's a humongous range, and I was willing to work with people from both ends and in the middle, and that's because at the end of the day, followers aren't like super important if the content is there, if you have good quality photos and good engagement and stuff. For me, anything under 2,000 is too small where I wouldn't benefit from working with you. So then engagement. This is also really complicated. There's actually a mathematical formula that you can use to calculate your engagement rate, but I just know from experience what good engagement looks like. If you have 50,000 followers and you're getting 300 likes on your photos, that's bad engagement. And you also should have good quality photos. Now, this does not mean you need like really expensive equipment. I have a professional camera and I hardly use it for Instagram. I usually just use my phone. Now, if your account is on public, you have quite a few posts up, a cute cohesive feed, a decent amount of followers, good engagement, good quality photos, you are ready to start reaching out to brands and trying to get collaboration. So there is a huge difference between how you want to reach out to a small business versus how you would reach out to a big company. So right now we're gonna mainly only talk about how to reach out to a small business, because if you are just starting out and you're small, you're more likely gonna have more success reaching out to smaller businesses. So the number one mistake I see people in my business's DMs making is when they reach out to me about a collaboration, they're using the wrong terms or like improper grammar. Also, a big red flag to me is using the word free. If someone uses the word free in their message, it's kind of a red flag to me that they're asking for a collaboration for the wrong reasons. And then just using professional language in general, writing a professionally written message. It shouldn't be written as like a text message with like no capitals, no periods. It should be professional looking. Okay? So then the next big mistake that people keep making, do not lie to a brand. The brand will know. I would 100% rather someone be straightforward with me than lie. A lot of people will do these like little white lies to try to get work. So their mindset is like, you know, kind of make myself sound better and pitch myself to this brand. They'll never know it's a lie and, you know, it's harmless. Well, a lot of times the brand will know, especially if you're talking to a small business. So just for example, sometimes people reach out to me and they'll say like, hey, I have been a customer of yours for years. I've not been open for years, so no, you haven't. Or also people will say like, hey, I've been following you for forever, or I've been following you since your launch. But on my Instagram, you guys, I can see the order people follow me in. So I can see if you've just followed me and then just DM'd me about a collaboration and then you've said you followed me for a long time. I can tell you haven't. Don't do that. Instead, I would much rather somebody just DM me and say, hey, I just ran across your brand today, just followed you. It's no hard feelings. As an influencer on the opposite side, I know what it's like thinking that, oh, they'll never know, and you're just trying to kind of pitch yourself. So I get it and I'm not mad about it. I'm just saying it's not a good idea. So just be straightforward. It will work much better, I promise you. There was a list of some things you shouldn't do. Now let's talk about some things you should do, and I'm gonna give you guys some tips. One of the number one tips I have is to follow them first, to actually engage in their content and support that brand before reaching out and working with them. They are way more likely to want to collaborate with you if they recognize your name. They know that, oh yeah, they've been commenting on my stuff, or they're always liking my stuff, they're always supporting me. If you don't follow a small business and reach out to them. They are going to be a little iffy about it, because if you don't support them, are you really going to do the posts for them? Like a really personal relationship with small businesses. But also, with that being said, don't follow a business just to collaborate with them and then like unfollow them or not support them any longer. You are wanting to build a brand relationship. So when you reach out to a brand, I personally think that it's more professional to reach out through an email. I, as an influencer, always reach out through email. So another huge tip when reaching out to brands is make the message personal to them. Obviously, you should not be mass messaging brands. So for example, this jewelry brand, they offset 100% of their carbon emissions. So I know that about that company. So if I were reaching out to them wanting collaboration, I could throw in something like, hey, I saw you guys were a sustainable brand. We're offsetting your carbon emissions. I love that. Throwing that in there lets them know that you have taken the time to do research on their company and you aren't just mass messaging thousands of companies at the same time. So if you reach out on Instagram DMs, it's super easy for that brand to just click on your name and see your followers and check out your engagement and whatnot. But in an email, it's not as easy. So you have to include links to your social media. Don't just include your app. We don't have time to like type that into our phone. Put direct clickable links in your email. Also include in your email how many followers you have. That's helpful just at a first glance. So also, your collaboration message should not be too short, but it should not be too long. I keep getting these DMs on my store account that just says like, hey, would you be interested in a collab? But if you say something like, hey, I'm so-and-so, I would love to promote you on my Instagram. Would you be interested in a free product exchange? I could do a feed post for you and feature you on my story. I have 5,000 followers. I could also do a TikTok video for you. I have 50K followers on my TikTok. Here's my TikTok name if you'd like to check it out. Like, let me know if you're interested. That gives me a lot more information. I don't have to ask as many questions. They told me what they can do for me. So there's a thing called media kits. So a media kit is like a little PDF that you put together that has all this information already in it. I think as long as you're putting information in the email, you don't need a media kit. Usually when I get a media kit sent to me, I don't really read them. I just kind of skim through. And I think that's everything I have for you guys. Don't forget to check out Anna Luisa. Make sure you use my clickable link down below. They're an amazing sustainable company, and they would be a great brand to collaborate with once your account is ready for that. Now that I'm done with this YouTube video, I'm gonna go take some photos for Instagram, and then I gotta go to the post office to send out some packages for you guys. So thank you for watching, and I love you guys.